I must say I'm a little bit crazy for doing it this way, using my GMC truck and taking it through the terrain that it's about to go through right now. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what's about to unfold, because things are about to get a little bit crazy, I think. Oh boy, the truck is pushing us. The truck's pushing us. The truck is pushing my four-wheel drive. Okay, not ideal, but we'll just have to keep going down this hill and try not to run into any trees here. This is the last bastion. This is the last obstacle, ladies and gentlemen, of our trip. So just going to pause here for a sec and just look at the terrain in front of us. Oh man, the wheels are sinking in. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Now we're bogged. Our highway truck has finally given up the ghost in the mud, as expected. Hello and welcome back to another episode of SnowRunner. And in this video, I thought we would tackle the Fallen Powerlines task that you are given on the Michigan map. It's one of the first tasks that you can do. Basically involves delivering some materials to the Fallen Powerlines site, which is slightly west of where we are now, and allowing the workers there to repair the power lines and restore the highway there so that we can actually drive our trucks and vehicles across without having to take detours and dirt roads and get bogged and do recoveries and all that. So got my trusty GMC truck here set up with its lovely highway tires, so don't expect too much from this truck. For this task we might be having to pull it out of bogs and things like that quite frequently. Anyway, just looking at the map here, and so we're at the garage right now. So what we basically need to do is take our truck and we need to drive it from here in a westerly direction, and over to the west here we'll see the Fallen Powerline task, which you can see right there. And so the Powerline task requires that you deliver two different types of materials to the site. So the first of those items is up here on the western side of the map, northwestern side I guess you could say. Up here in the town there's a metal beams pickup point, so we'll need to get those metal beams and deliver them back to the Fallen Power Lines, and then we need to head east. Won't worry about showing that too much now, but we will need to pick up some concrete blocks as well. So let's focus on the metal beams first, and just quietly I get the feeling that the metal beams are the least of our worries, so they're going to be a very easy task for today. So let's see how it goes anyway. Okay, now before we get to the township, I thought I would just head it over to the Fallen Power Lines themselves, and we'll just check out the actual requirements for this task formally, just so that you can all see exactly what it looks like in the game. So here are the Fallen Power Lines ahead of us right now. So this is what we're fixing as part of this task. So we need to deliver materials to this site in order for the workers to fix the Fallen Power Lines. So we'll just put the brakes on here and we'll show task. Okay, we can't get a darn thing done around here, it says. The power lines are down and all we get from the town are excuses. Well, what are you waiting for? Do something about it. Alright, so when you accept the task, you can see there on the left hand side in the task window that you need to deliver the metal beams ×1 and concrete blocks ×2, and for that you get 200 XP and $1,550 worth of cash. So let's go ahead and get our metal beams first. So we'll back up and get this thing over to the township and we'll go from there. Okay, so just making our way into the town here. So shortly I'll need to hang a left and pick up our metal beams. And you can see here that the roads in the town are very well made, no issues whatsoever. Let's just bring this truck over to the left here. And there's a little depot here where you can pick up the metal beams. So just going to reverse into that now. Okay, so if we go into cargo management, we can see there that we've got a load of metal beams which we can auto load to the truck. So let's do that now. Excellent. Okay, so the truck's all loaded now with the metal beams. You can see that it looks like it's a little bit weighed down. The tires are a little bit under some strain there, but yeah, should be fine. So it should be a really easy cakewalk from here. Basically just take the metal beams and go back to where we just were, that being the actual site of the power lines. So I'll make my way back there now and I'll check in with you guys shortly. Almost there now, just passing the fuel station. Got a little water crossing south of the township, which shouldn't prove to be a problem. Although we would have a full load, we do have a full load of metal beams. I do find with the truck weighed down with a load, it's actually more capable off-road, would you believe, because there's more weight on the rear driving wheels, and so they're able to get more traction. So just because you've got a full load of cargo on the truck doesn't mean that you should shy away from taking it through some fairly treacherous terrain, I've found. So that kind of works in our favor when we're heading back to our objective areas with our cargo loaded on our truck. Alright, so here we are. We are at the fallen power line site with our metal beams. So as I said, very easy section of the task, this one. Basically deliver your metal beams as we're about to do, and we'll just do that by stopping over the same area where we got information on the task earlier. So just going to do that now, and then we'll move on to the next task, which is the concrete blocks, which is going to be quite a bit harder, I think. Okay, so just unloading our cargo now. So as you can see, you can unload your metal beams, and so we can see that the truck is now unloaded. So if we go ahead and check our map, we will see that yes, the metal beams, the concrete blocks I should say, are the next one, and say wow, that's right there, right over the eastern side of the map at the warehouse. So it's definitely going to prove interesting getting there with our lowly GMC with highway tires, that's for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just unlock that watchtower there, and I'll be right back with you guys, and we'll continue on the next leg of this adventure, of this task, which is the concrete blocks. Okay, so here we are. So just a little update on what's happened. I've brought my GMC up to this little area here, past the farm, and this is my plan to get to the eastern side of the map. Basically take this little track through here, and I know I'm utterly crazy for doing this, but that should bring us to the warehouse, which has our concrete blocks, which we can then take and probably come back down, probably not the way we came, but probably down through this way, past the garage and back to the fallen power line site. So yeah, hopefully that will get us get the task completed for us today. But first what I need to do is take our little Chevy and just go and rescue my GMC, because I've just gotten it bogged at the farm, so just bear with me. Alright, so just pulling out my trusty GMC. I must say I'm a little bit crazy for doing it this way, using my GMC truck and taking it through the terrain that it's about to go through right now. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and hopefully you guys will enjoy what's about to unfold, because it's going to be quite a journey indeed. Alright, so just taking my GMC towards the eastern side of the map here. Alright, so this is where we're at. Now I've just put fuel in my truck, so it should be fine from that perspective. So just a bit more of a detail as to which way I'm going to go. I'm going to take this little track down through here, and then hang a right, and then hang a left, and then we should be dandy. So it's going to be interesting. There's a bit of an incline, so we'll just keep going forward. We may need the help of our little Chevrolet, our little Scout four-wheel drive along the way. And yeah, we may need the assistance obviously of our winch as well, which is mounted on the truck, to pull us free of certain bogs and things like that. So just going through a rather unmaintained area of the highway here, so already is having a little bit of trouble. So this is not looking very confidence inspiring at all for me right now, but we'll push ahead. And I note that the day is drawing on in the game as well, so the sun's going to be setting soon. So yeah, we'll try and get through as much of this terrain, this sort of boggy terrain, as we can before nightfall. Alright, so here we are on the right hand side, so we need to take a right from here. And this is the part that really scares me. There's a bit of an incline this first section of the track, so might find ourselves just getting bogged pretty much straight away here. So let's give her everything we got. Nope, not looking good. Highway tires are not helping us whatsoever. Oops. Okay. Alright, so let's go and get the Scout. Okay, so I brought my Chevrolet four-wheel drive over. Just gonna inch past the GMC truck here. Hopefully don't collide, not leaving myself much room. And I think we're okay. Yes, we are. So we've got a bit of an incline ahead of us. So it always pays to read the terrain. So first thing I'm going to try is doing a bit of winching action and see if we can't pull this truck up the hill. I know it sounds crazy, but we'll give it a shot and see if this works. So I've got our winch connected. Take off. Let's engage low range. Handbrake, handbrake, handbrake. Hang on. There we go. So we're in four-wheel drive, low range. And we really aren't getting much purchase here. Well, this is not going to help us out. The truck is also accelerating as well. You can see the rear wheels of the truck just spinning uselessly in the mud there in the distance behind us. And our four-wheel drive is obviously having to tackle an uphill section itself to try and pull our truck up behind it. We are making a little bit of progress here, but not so much. Alright, hang on a second. Just looking right now to see what other options we have available to us. I really can't see another way around this. If we want to get these concrete blocks, we will have to go the way that we are trying to go right now. This trail is really not great, but I can't see another alternative. We're just going to have to try and get over this hill and make the best of it, I think, because there's no other real way that I can see to get to the warehouse there on the eastern side, on the far right. Just trying this again, but I'm not really having much luck, to be honest. We have made a few feet worth of progress up this hill, but the Chevrolet really isn't helping us that much, and understandably so. It is a lighter vehicle than the truck, so, and going up a hill as well through some pretty soft mud. We're gonna have to change our tactic, I think. Okay, so I've got another idea here. So this is all about reading the terrain, right? So I can see we've got a few trees ahead of us, and thankfully I can reach it with the winch. So just going to attach my rope to the truck and gently pull on the winch, and hopefully that will pull the truck upwards up this hill. Oh boy, the tree is really getting strained right here. I'm just going really easy on the winch, but that tree is not looking. Oh boy, there goes the tree. Okay, so the tree has just been snapped at the trunk, and the auto winch has tried to connect to the other tree. This is not going to work either, folks. So I can't reach anything else with the winching cable, so just going to attach to the Chevrolet up ahead again. And when I do that, it looks like the Chevrolet is releasing its handbrake. Alright, let's accelerate. Starting the engine. Come on. Ooh, this looks like it's working. I'm actually using the winch to pull back on the Chevrolet, on the truck, on the little four-wheel drive in front of us, and at the same time accelerating. This is actually working. Wow, okay, this is great. This is exactly what we want, folks. I can't believe this. We are dragging this huge truck up this hill. Actually, what I'm going to do is just switch vehicles right now. Okay, because I figure that having control of the four-wheel drive, of this little four-wheel drive, is a better idea. So let's go ahead and attach the winch back to the truck and accelerate, and hopefully... Ooh, this is working, this is working, this is great. Okay, so from here, we just have to be really careful and just try and ensure that we don't hit any trees or rocks or anything like that. Oh man, we seem to be stuck again. Just bear with me, I'll see what else I can do here. Just trying to turn the steering wheel to the left and right here to try and get some more purchase. Oh, what's this? I think we might be making forward progress. Oh, we're looking good, we're looking good. Here we go, here we go. Okay, never mind. We're moving, folks, we're moving. We've actually done this. I can't believe this actually worked. Bear in mind, we've got highway tires pretty much on the truck, even though they're upgraded highway tires. I can't believe that we actually managed to drag it up this incline just using the Chevrolet four-wheel drive. So, oh well, this is looking good. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. This track is a little bit tight around here, but if we're careful, we should be able to maneuver the truck through. Ooh, just getting close to that rock there. Oh, we're looking good. The sun's going down, but we should still have enough light to get us. Hopefully we should be at the warehouse by sunset, all going well. So we'll just keep on going. Just make sure we focus on the track here. I must say the truck is doing really well to actually follow me without getting too far off track. So that's good to see, that's good to see. So we'll just keep on this trail, and it looks like the truck itself is actually following us without much issue at the moment, so that's good to see. Although I might just take a little break here quickly, just check the map. Okay, so it looks like where we are now, actually we've gone past the most difficult part, although we do have a rather treacherous downhill section here with some rocks before we got to turn right and then right again. And then from there, it's a left turn into the warehouse. So let's keep going. Let's not waste time. Just take up the slack on the cable here. Come on, come on. Just be careful of these little rocks. Well, not really little, but these rocks on the right-hand side. Just make sure the truck doesn't bump into those. Honestly, we could probably just drive the truck on its own right now, but I would rather have the four-wheel drive along for the ride. I'm not sure how it's going to go as we descend this rather steep downhill slope, actually. Whether the truck will respond to my braking commands that I'm giving my four-wheel drive, or whether the truck's just going to go ramming into us. So let's see what... Oh, okay, the truck is applying the handbrake, so that's good. But if I try the brakes... Alright, so let's try going forward. And brakes. I'm holding the brake, I'm holding the brake, I'm holding the... Oh boy! The truck is pushing us. Truck's pushing us. The truck is pushing my four-wheel drive. Okay, not ideal, but we'll just have to keep going down this hill and try not to run into any trees here. Oh boy. Well, that was really close. The truck is pretty much riding my rear bumper here. It is not responding to any brakes or anything like that. Never mind. We're at the bottom of the trail now, of the slope, so we can make our hard right. I'm not sure if the truck can make this 90-degree right-hand turn Nope. Looks like we're gonna have to jump into the truck, folks. Okay, I'm in the truck now. I managed to make the right-hand turn. Just gonna squeeze through here and continue on down the trail. See how far I can get without the assistance of my four-wheel drive. So what I just want to do first is just want to take my four-wheel drive a little bit further down the trail, just to scout things out and see how things are. And I think let's see how we go there. All of this stuff should be fairly traversable by the truck on its own. Or we have a fallen log there on the left-hand side. But apart from that, we are looking okay. Okay, so there's the warehouse. I can't believe we've almost made the warehouse. And we've still got quite a bit of light left, so let's go ahead and switch back to the truck and continue our treacherous way down this off-road trail. Taking our highway truck on this off-road trail. We must be absolutely crazy, but hey, we are doing this, so I'm actually quite I've just jinxed it, I think. No? Yes? Yes, I've jinxed it. Yes, I have. Nope, not looking good. Okay, winch time. Connect up the cable to the nearest tree in front of us and gently pull on the cable without pulling the tree out of the ground. There we go. Alright, very good. Alright, we're back in business. That was only a very minor setback, that one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just drive past the four-wheel drive here and see how far I can get. I can literally see the warehouse right in front of us there in the distance. You can see the sun just beaming off it. Thank you, four-wheel drive, for your service. I hope I will not be needing your assistance again, although I probably will. Looking ahead in front of us, it's looking really bad here, so I'm going to try and stay out of the middle and just stay on the corners here where there's a little bit of undergrowth. It's not looking great though. Nope, not looking great. So it turns out we might need the assistance of our four-wheel drive again after all, so can't really see any other way around it. Let's jump back in the four-wheel drive and hope that we don't get bogged, because if we get this four-wheel drive bogged right now, we are absolutely done, ladies and gentlemen. The thing to keep in mind as well is that we are running out of fuel here. Well, not running out of fuel, but we are consuming our fuel. Alright, so thankfully we've got our little four-wheel drive up over this little crest. So you do need to keep track of your fuel as you're doing this, because if you run out of fuel, there's no way to refuel unless you bring a fuel trailer around, or you recover your truck back to the garage, in which case you've lost all your progress. So just connecting the cable up here to the truck. Let's see if we can pull it out of the bog. Well, hey, that's working. We are inching closer and closer to the warehouse, ladies and gentlemen. This is great, I can't believe it. We are moving our highway tire truck through this terrain. And we are almost at the warehouse. I can't believe I've actually come this far. I really can't. Alright, so just keep on pressing on here. The light is diminishing. The sun's almost down. I've got a feeling that we may have to continue the rest of this journey once we pick up our concrete blocks at the warehouse over to our left. So here it is. We just need to take a sharp left shortly. Once we pick up our concrete blocks, we'll probably have to just wait it out overnight and continue our journey in the morning when there's more light and we can actually see where we're going. So alright, so here we are. I can't believe it. We've made it using our Chevrolet four-wheel drive. Just going to turn on our headlights here. We've actually we've actually pulled our GMC. We've actually made our GMC reach the warehouse. So that's good. That's good. Just take it out of four-wheel drive here, and just going to park our Chevrolet over to the side. And we may not actually need this truck anymore, this four-wheel drive, after this. We'll see how we go. Alright, so here's our little truck, or our GMC. Just going to hop inside and make our way over to the warehouse now. So we are pretty much there, ladies and gentlemen. We just need to load up and then decide, of course, how we are going to make our way back with a loaded truck full of concrete blocks to our fallen power line. So yeah, there is that too, but I think we've done really well so far, so I'm actually quite confident that we'll be able to make it back from here. New trailer discovered, more XP, yay! Just roll up to the loading zone here. Alright, mindful of fuel as well, so I'll stop the engine. So we've still got quite a bit of fuel remaining. You can see our fuel tanks there. It's giving us a visual indication about half full, just over half full, not quite 3/4. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out our load manager. And you can see here there's bricks, there's concrete blocks, and there's service spare parts, metal beams. Wow, okay, there's quite a few materials you can take from this warehouse. Obviously we don't want the bricks. We are here for the concrete blocks so that we can fix our fallen power lines. So let's go ahead and auto load, I think, one set and maybe another set even. There we go, not enough space. There we go. So hopefully that's enough. We've got 2 loads here, because I certainly don't want to come back here to get more concrete blocks, because I know that the power lines task requires 2 sets of concrete blocks to repair, and that looks like 2 sets in the back of the truck. You can see how the tires are actually a little bit weighed down there. That's pretty cool, pretty realistic. There's a bit of a flat spot at the bottom of the tires, so you know what, I think we should be fine from a traction perspective with all that extra weight on the back of the truck now, to go through whatever mud and whatever may be in front of us on our way back. Alright, so just going to spend the night here, folks, and we'll see you in the morning very shortly. Okay, our guy is fallen asleep at the wheel here. It's the next morning, and the birds are singing, and just going to wake him up here. I love the little animations of the driver, actually. He will fall asleep at the wheel if you leave the truck alone for any amount of time. Anyway, so it's the next morning, it's dawn, so I figure first light we shall make our way out of here from the warehouse. And unfortunately I don't think we can go back the way we came, because it's just not possible. There's too much of a incline and I really don't want to risk it. I don't want to try it. So from the warehouse here, I think we'll have to go a different way past the garage, and there's going to be quite a bit of a muddy bog in front of us as well. So yeah, you can really see there that the highway tires on the back of this truck, they really haven't proven. Yeah, I must say they're not great off-road, but I'm surprised that we have made it this far as well. So I think we've done okay so far, considering the tires we have. So hopefully after this job it will get us closer to upgrading the tires on this truck and unlocking some nice mud tires or something. We'll just have to see how we go. So I'm just going to move off here. Hopefully we don't hit anything as we drive off. Look at the light rays. Now one thing that's interesting with this game that I thought was quite funny, there's the Chevrolet on the right hand side, by the way. Hopefully we won't need the 4-wheel drive today to help us out. But yeah, one thing I found interesting with this game is that the sun actually sets and rises from the same direction. So it's, I wish they could fix that up. I wonder if they are actually going to fix that, but never mind. Okay, so from the warehouse we are going to hang a left, and I believe we'll hang a right. We'll come down here past the garage, all the way down to the fallen power line. So that's our objective for today. From the perspective of any issues, I don't think we can go back the way we came, which is to the right here. So we're going to go left, hang a right, come up here, a little bit of a hill, come down this hill, and hang a 90-degree right here. Now this little area, which looks like a swamp on the map, that's a little bit of a concern, because I don't know if there's a way around that. But looking at the alternative is to try and make our way around here, but I don't think that's also possible. And yeah, I don't know. We've got our Chevrolet nearby anyway, so we can use that to assist us if we do get bogged really badly. But yeah, we'll just have to see how we go. I think this way here is probably the best way to go. We'll see how we go with this little swamp. If we can take an alternative route around the water, we can. But yeah, I just don't like our chances going back the way we came from yesterday, the previous day, which was that way there. I don't think that's going to work. So yes, we'll hang a left, hang a right, come down here, just to reiterate, through the swamp and past the garage here, and fingers crossed. So let's do that now. It's actually handling quite well, I must say, already. Look how the wheels are just getting pressed down into the mud and just getting their purchase. These concrete blocks are really giving us the traction that we need. And you can see here that we are just powering through this mud. Look at that. Wow, okay. That's looking good, looking good. Okay, I've just realized something, folks. I should have turned right. Oh man. Whoops, I've gone too far, so I should have turned right way before this. No, I can go this way too, but I don't want to. So I'm going to turn around and go the way I should have gone. I should have gone... Oh man, I should have turned right before, but I didn't. Alright, so I've just turned the truck around and we're at the junction where we should have turned right before, coming from the other direction. So that means we obviously need to make a left here, because we are... Anyway, that's clear as mud, I'm sure. So let's just continue on here and make our left turn. Basically sticking to our original plan of going the way that I said I would go. And so far, even though the terrain here is very bouncy and very muddy and even rocky, as we just saw there, I must say this highway truck is doing a fantastical job indeed of taking these concrete blocks to their destination. So bravo, bravo. Alright, we're coming down a little bit of a downhill section here, so just got to be careful. We'll continue on down this hill. I'll use low range gearing for the downhill, so hopefully we don't end up going too fast. Really giving the rear suspension there a workout. Whoop, here we go. That sounds like mud, I think, on the rear wheels, or on the wheels, just getting slopped around. Never mind. Alright, just gonna maneuver our way through between these rocks. No, we can't afford any issues here. Just gonna take it easy. Alright, so here comes the downhill section. Just going to apply the handbrake here. Take one last look. So down the hill, turn right, and there's that little swampy area which I'm really worried about. So once we pass that, we'll be home free. We'll be past the garage, onto the tarmac, and we do have our Fleet Star waiting for us nearby, just in case. but we should be fine. So low range, give it a tiny bit of gas, and just let the truck hopefully... Alright, we'll get on the brakes here. Oh boy, this is the last bastion. This is the last obstacle, ladies and gentlemen, of our trip. So just going to pause here for a sec and just look at the terrain in front of us. And it's raining as well, as you can hear. So obviously we can't take the track that is over to the right hand side, because as you can see, it just looks like it's mud and slop, and we are not going to make our way down there. So we're going to have to take an alternative route here, which will be on the left hand side. You can see some undergrowth, some shrubs and some grass. I can see a few fallen logs, which may prove to be an issue, but apart from that, I think that's the only way we can really go. So Godspeed. Here we go. So getting off the beaten track here, there is no way we're going to go through all that mud, so just going to go onto the grass here. Oh man, the wheels are sinking in. All is not lost. I think this is still the best way. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Come on. Oh, no, still looking good, still looking good. That fallen log. Our front wheels are up against that fallen log. Now we're bogged. Alright. Let's try winching. Gently. Oh no. This might be the end. Nope, we've done it. So the winch actually comes in very handy, as you can see, as long as you've got something strong enough to anchor to. And I've just disconnected the winch and we're bogged once again, so let's just reconnect it. Oops. Just using the winch here to help pull us along. And just disconnected it now because we don't need it anymore. And I'm just going to go full throttle through the mud here and hopefully we'll make it through. Can't afford to stop. Keep the momentum. Keep the momentum. Ah no. Bogged again. Bogged again. This time we've really done it. Okay, thankfully there's a power line, a power pole right in front of us, so that's an excellent anchor point. We're just going to use that to pull us free. And once we're past this area, we're just continuing to pull on the cable here and disconnect. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have made it. We've made it! I can't believe it. This is great. So we didn't need the Chevy after all, just by using the winch. Just gonna skip around this little muddy area here, hopefully. That's it, we're done. We're at the garage, so from here it's just a highway, mostly highway drive onto the Powerline worksite. There's our fleet star. Didn't need that either after all. I'm excited. I'm excited. So from here, you guys have seen the way that we go. Basically just heading west along some fairly standard terrain for this game at least. We should be fine from here on, so I'll cut the camera and I'll check in with you again as we reach the Powerline worksite. Alright, so here we are. We are almost there. The power lines, the fallen power lines are ahead of us. Just going to deliver this last load, being the concrete blocks, to satisfy the task requirements, and then we are done. Task completed. So that's the Fallen Powerlines, ladies and gentlemen, complete with just the GMC and, I must say, just upgraded highway tires and nothing else. No mud tires, no chain tires. A little bit of help from our Chevy 4x4 now and again. But as you can see, you don't need a crazy truck to do this mission whatsoever. So with a little bit of forward planning and reading the terrain and just being a little bit smart about the way that you drive, you can actually get this truck to do some pretty cool tasks for you. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and please click the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.